Visual Logic is simulation language. It let we build detailed logic into our simulation to describe exactly how we want it to behave. And this example explains how to build Visual Logic code. It will give detailed instruction about how to input and edit Visual Logic. The example is a process where a standard facility is supplemented by a backup facility at busy times. First, let's create a simple simulation like this one on the screen right now. And then we can copy the activity 2 and its queues by dragging a box around the queue and the activity, and then drag the box while holding down the control key on the keyboard, like this one. All right. We are going to send the work item to activity 4 from activity 1 when there is not much work waiting at the important activity number 3. But only if activity 2 is getting behind with its work, there is a queue for sure of work at it. Specifically, if there are less than or equal to 3 items waiting for activity 3, and there's a queue at the activity 2, then we will send the work from the activity 1 to the activity 4 instead of activity 2. And to do that, go to the Data and Rules tab. Open the label ribbon. We can add a new label. Let's call route to take. And then we add activity 1 as an object to this label. And choose route out by label. Now we have to add the Visual Logic code to set the label to either 1. Go to the first destination in the list, which is Q2, or 2. Go to the second destination in the list, which is Q4. Now we click More on Work Complete button. We will see a new dialog shows up. And we have a blank window where we can enter the Visual Logic. This Visual Logic will be obeyed whenever a work item finishes its work at the activity number 1. As the window says, so click the right mouse button in the window to start adding Visual Logic. The first thing to do is set the label to default value. We can do this by choosing Set. The Set Value dialog appears. We can click 3 dots in Information dialog. The formula editor appears. Select the label checkbox. And we want to set the route to text, so double click it and then click OK. Now we type 1 as default value for the label route to take. And then we click OK. So right here, we already set the default value for the label route to take equals to 1, which means the work from activity 1 will go to Q2 for activity 2. Now click the right mouse button again in the Visual Logic code window and add an if line. So we see the conditional block editor dialogs appear. And we will want a line that looks like this one. If Q3 count contents is smaller than 3. And to do this, we click the 3 dots and use the formula editor to choose the object checkbox and choose Q3 with count contents. Click OK. The type of condition is less than or equal to. And the value we should put in is a 3. Alright, next, we will add another if line inside the block for the first if. And then add another set. So we will have some codes like this one. If Q2 count contents larger than 3, then set the root to text equals to 2. We can dry click again and choose if. Okay, we can use the 3 dot to specify the object we want to set is the Q for activity 2, which is Q2, and the count contents. The type of condition now is larger than. And the value now is 3. To finish this if line, we need to have a line set label root to text equal to 2. So now we already finished the Visual Logic code. It is time to run our simulation. And as you expected, running this simulation will increase the utilization of activity 3. Now we can check the utilization of activity 3 with the activity number 4 and its queues. First, we can notice that by the end of the week, the facility has processed 213 work items. And now we can check the utilization of the activity 3. We see that the weighting is around 11%, and the working performance is around 89%. This is good. Now we can check what is the utilization of activity 3 without activity 4 in its queue. We can delete this one and rerun the simulation. By the end of the week, the facility can process 210 items. Now let's check the utilization of activity 3. The waiting time is larger. It's around larger than 12%. And the working time is smaller. It's around 87%.